Section 7. The First Noble Truth, Dukkha, continued. The 5 aggregates. The first is the aggregate of matter. In this term, aggregate of matter, are included the traditional 4 great elements, namely solidity, fluidity, heat, and motion, and also the derivatives of the 4 great elements. In the term derivatives of 4 great elements are included our 5 material sense organs, that is, the faculties of eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body, and their corresponding objects in the external world, that is, visible form, sound, odor, taste, and tangible things, and also some thoughts or ideas or conceptions which are in the same sphere of mind objects. Thus, the whole realm of matter, both internal and external, is included in the aggregate of matter. The second is the aggregate of sensations. In this group are included all our sensations, pleasant or unpleasant or neutral, experienced through the contact of physical and mental organs with the external world. They are of 6 kinds. The sensations experienced through the contact of the eye with visible forms, ear with sounds, nose with odor, tongue with taste, body with tangible objects, and mind with mind objects or thoughts or ideas. All our physical and mental sensations are included in this group. A word about what is meant by the term mind in Buddhist philosophy may be useful here. It should clearly be understood that mind is not spirit as opposed to matter. It should always be remembered that Buddhism does not recognize a spirit opposed to matter, as is accepted by most other systems of philosophy and religions. Mind is only a faculty or organ like the eye or the ear. It can be controlled and developed like any other faculty, and the Buddha speaks quite often of the value of controlling and disciplining these 6 faculties. The difference between the eye and the mind as faculties is that the former senses of the world of colors and visible forms, while latter senses the world of ideas and thoughts and mental objects. We experience different fields of the world with different senses. We cannot hear colors, but we can see them, nor can we see sounds, but we can hear them. Thus, with our 5 physical sense organs, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, we experience only the world of visible forms, sounds, odors, tastes, and tangible objects. But these represent only a part of the world, not the whole. What of ideas and thoughts are also part of the world, but they cannot be sensed. They cannot be conceived by the faculty of the eye, ear, nose, tongue, or body. Yet they can be conceived by another faculty, which is mind. Now, ideas and thoughts are not independent of the world experienced by these 5 physical sense faculties. In fact, they depend on and are conditioned by physical experiences. Hence, a person born blind cannot have ideas of color, except through the analogy of sounds or some other things experienced through his other faculties. Ideas and thoughts which form a part of the world are thus produced and conditioned by physical experiences and conceived by the mind. Hence, mind is considered a sense, faculty, or organ, like the eye or the ear. The third is the aggregate of perceptions. Like sensations, perceptions are of 6 kinds in relation to 6 internal faculties and the corresponding 6 external objects. Like sensations, they are produced through the contact of our 6 faculties with the external world. It is the perceptions that recognize objects, whether physical or mental. The fourth is the aggregate of mental formations. In this group, it is included all volitional activities, both good and bad. What is generally known as karma comes under this group. The Buddha's own definition of karma should be remembered here. O bhikkhus, it is volition that I call karma. Having willed, one acts through body, speech, and mind. Volition is mental construction, mental activity. Its function is to direct the mind in the sphere of good, bad, or neutral activities. Just like sensations and perceptions, volition is of 6 kinds, connected with the 6 internal faculties and the corresponding 6 objects, both physical and mental, in the external world. Sensations and perceptions are not volitional actions. They do not produce karmic effects. It is only volitional actions such as attention, will, determination, confidence, concentration, wisdom, energy, desire, repugnance or hate, ignorance, conceit, idea of self, etc., that can produce karmic effects. There are 52 such mental activities which constitute the aggregate of mental formations. The 5th is the aggregate of consciousness. Consciousness is a reaction or response which has one of the 6 faculties as its basis, and one of the 6 corresponding external phenomena as its objects. For instance, visual consciousness has the eye as its basis, and a visible form as its object. Mental consciousness has the mind as its basis and a mental object, that is, an idea or thought as its object. So, consciousness is connected with other faculties. Thus, like sensations, perception, and volition, consciousness also is of 6 kinds in relation to 6 internal faculties and corresponding 6 external objects. It should be clearly understood that consciousness does not recognize an object. It is only a sort of awareness of the presence of an object. When the eye comes in contact with a color, for instance blue, visual consciousness arises, which simply is awareness of the presence of a color. But it does not recognize that it is blue. There is no recognition at this stage. It is perception that recognizes that it is blue. The term visual consciousness is a philosophical expression, denoting the same idea as is conveyed by the ordinary word seeing. Seeing does not mean recognizing, so are the other forms of consciousness.